And take two. Sorry, I just had a technical difficulty there. I started the video and somebody called and I pressed the wrong button. Yes, I'm shooting this on my phone. I usually shoot it on my computer, but it is what it is. So hey now, what are the top 3 things you should be looking for in a recruit? So somebody that you're looking to recruit, someone you're prospecting and you're contemplating or thinking about bringing them onto your team. What are the top 3 things? Before we start, how are you all doing? Coach Isai here, coming at you with more tips, tricks, and advice so that you can get more out of your network marketing business. So as you drop in, if you can, as usual, give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd like to tag the globe as people are coming on, and I actually have a pin chart, so maybe I'll drop the image in my news feed and we could all have a nice chuckle. Anyway, as you're hopping in, let me know where you're coming in from. Drop me a heart, drop me a like, and we'll get started. So the top 3 things. I get this question every so often. Well, actually not, I don't get asked what are the top 3 things. I mean, I get questions like what kind of things or what traits do you look for in a recruit? You know, what type of people do you look for? Or, you know, more to the point, like what should I be looking for in a recruit? And a lot of marketers, they basically reach out to anybody with a pulse, and I don't think that's the right mentality. I don't think that's the right strategy. I don't think that's the right game plan. You should have some kind of thought as to who you want to work with. Remember, you're going to be spending some time and investing some of your time in training this person, even though if you're doing it the way I train you to do, you're going to be pointing these new recruits to tools. But nonetheless, you still have to deal with them and interact with them, maybe possibly on a daily basis. So, you know, you want to kind of connect with these people, whoever it is that you're trying to bring onto your team. So for me, I have 3 things that I like to look for, and it usually comes out in conversation within 1 or 2 questions or so as we start communicating. The first is attitude. You have to have the right attitude. Somebody that's always negative or bashing their last upline or the last company they were with, or they have a negative vibe to them. Me and them will probably never be doing business. I'll tell you that much right now. Negativity. Again, remember, if you're going to be spending time with these people and you yourself as a leader need to be lifting yourself up so that everybody around you can be lifted up and you all rise to the top, then how are you supposed to be working with someone that's negative and bringing your energy down? If anything, you want somebody that elevates your energy, somebody that makes your day easier. So number 1 is attitude. Number 2, expectations. I've had people in the past where, I've been prospecting or, we've been going back and forth, and I approached them. I asked them, hey, would you be interested in a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently working on? And, I get positive feedback. I like their energy, but there's something about them, like their expectations are not quite on par. So I've had people come in and say like, yeah, I'm looking to make, I don't know, 10, 20,000 a month and probably working, I don't know, 10, 15 hours a week. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not the way it works. Now, don't get me wrong. You can get to that point at a certain level. Once you get to a certain level in your business, once you've built it out deep enough, it is possible to build it out that far and eventually get to the point where, you are making 10, 15, 20, $30, $30,000 a month with only, quite a few bit of hours here and there, 10, 15, maybe 20 hours a week. And, it certainly is possible to get to that point, but to think that with no previous experience, no kind of network, nothing like that, that you're going to go on day one that you're going to create this massive empire, and maybe you think you're gonna send out one message or one email or whatever the case may be, that if you think that just like that you're gonna be making that type of money with that initial investment of time, then you're for lack of better terms, you're a little. So, and I like to manage that a bit. I let them know, like, hey, you can get to that point where you're only spending 15, 20 hours a week and banking in 15, 20, 30 grand a month. But, it takes time to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. And if they have a difficult time dealing with this concept, then I let them down gently. I tell them, this business isn't for everybody, and the reality of the business a lot of times take people off guard. They think that this is a get rich quick scheme, which it's not. You shouldn't be out there preaching or telling people that it is, because it's not. It takes work, it takes consistent work, and it takes time. So number 2, expectations. Number 3, coachability. I've brought people on in the past where they're asking me questions like, how do I do this and how do I do that? And I'm explaining to them what to do, how to do it, and they're just hesitant to do what I asked them to do. Like they're fighting me along the way, like, no, that's not the way it should work. You should do it this way. Have you tried that? And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, yeah, who's the leader here? I mean, and again, this is me thinking to myself, like, if you're that good, then why are you coming to me? Like, why are you asking me these questions? And luckily, I've never gotten to the point where I had to essentially dismiss someone from my team, kind of like, hey, we can't work together. You're free to join anyone, to leave the company and join anybody else. Like, I've never actually had to get to that point, thank God. But I've had people in the past where after I brought them on, I found that they weren't as coachable as I thought, or as I hoped they would have been. And that's a big problem. I mean, because ultimately, if you're not already a network marketer and you don't know what you're doing, you need to have the ability to be coached. Like, you need to be open to suggestions and to leadership. You need to take, what your leader tells you and run with it, basically, So number 3, coachability. You need somebody that when you tell them what to do, they actually do it, and they're not judging, they're not double judging you like, oh, is this the right way to do it? Or it can be done a better way, or, hey, if you have a better way, by all means, go for it. That's the beauty of this. If you don't think the way I'm teaching you works, you're more than welcome to do it your way. Long story short, before I digress way too much, attitude, expectations, coachability. Those are the 3 things I look for, and I suggest you look for those as well. Again, I hope you found value in this, because I've had so much technical difficulties on this one video. If you actually knew what was going on, maybe I'll shoot a behind the scenes video and post that up for, shits and giggles, as they say. This one will be funny. Okay. If you haven't done so already, get on my page, follow it, set to see first. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, drop me some love, let me know how you like this video or don't like it, what can I improve on, what do you want to hear from me. My email's in the description. Drop me a line. I'm going to respond back. And as usual, don't forget, again, in the description, I'll have a line for the Attraction Marketing Bootcamp with none other than Fernie Ceballos. Get on that. He's going to break down every step that encompass attraction marketing. If you want to learn attraction marketing from the ground up, step by step, you want to get on this. I recommend it. Ever since I started attraction marketing, my business took off. I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably still be trying to do home parties and stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a great way to build your business, but it's pretty difficult when you have a full-time job, full-time personal life with your wife and kid and everything like that. It's pretty difficult to run out and and do these home parties. And I'll probably sum that up one day in a video as well. I've had some experiences with that too. So again, if you haven't done so already, drop me a line, give me a like, some hearts. I hope you found value in this. Until the next video, take care. Bye-bye.